Hello everyone, and welcome to our geography lesson. Today, we're going to unravel a fascinating mystery of the skies. Why do commercial airplanes rarely, if ever, fly directly over the vast expanse of the Tibetan Plateau? It's often called the roof of the world, and for good reason. The Tibetan Plateau is the highest and largest plateau on Earth, with an average elevation of about 4,500 meters. That's nearly 3 miles high. While modern jets cruise much higher, this extreme altitude poses a unique and critical challenge for aviation safety. You see, in an emergency, like a sudden loss of cabin pressure, pilots must quickly descend to a safe breathing altitude. Critical decompression requires a descent to 10,000 feet. But over Tibet, the ground itself is often above this safe altitude. There's simply no room to descend. Adding to this, commercial planes carry a limited supply of emergency oxygen for passengers, usually lasting only 15 to 22 minutes. Flying over Tibet means it could take much longer than that to reach an altitude where passengers you can breathe normally, even if they could descend safely. Beyond the altitude, Tibet's weather is notoriously unpredictable and severe. We're talking about powerful mountain winds, intense clear air turbulence, and sudden dramatic shifts in conditions. These elements make flying incredibly dangerous and challenging for even the most experienced pilots. Here's another lesser-known but critical factor: jet fuel. At the extreme cold temperatures found at cruising altitudes over Tibet, which can drop below minus 40 degrees Celsius, there's a risk that the jet fuel could actually freeze or wax up. This could lead to engine failure, a catastrophic scenario. Now imagine an emergency, an engine failure or a medical crisis. Pilots need nearby airports for diversion. But over the vast Tibetan Plateau, suitable airports are incredibly scarce and far between. This lack of infrastructure means there are very few safe havens in times of distress. Furthermore, ground-based radar and radio communication coverage are sparse due to the rugged terrain. This makes it difficult for air traffic control to monitor flights and for pilots to communicate effectively, adding another layer of risk to an already challenging environment. All right, class, let's talk about the drift-down altitude. In the event one engine fails, the plane must descend to an altitude where it can safely clear all terrain. It can clear all terrain on its path. Over the Himalayas, with their towering peaks, this is often impossible, even for powerful modern jets. So, when you look at flight tracking maps, you'll notice a distinct empty area over Tibet. This isn't a coincidence, it's a deliberate and necessary safety. Airlines prioritize passenger safety above all else, and the risks over Tibet are simply too high. In summary, it's a combination of extreme altitude, limited emergency oxygen, unpredictable weather, the risk of fuel freezing, and a severe lack of infrastructure that makes the Tibetan Plateau a practical no-fly zone for most commercial aviation. It's a powerful reminder of how geography shapes our world, even in the skies. Thank you for joining me today to explore this fascinating topic. I hope you learned something new. Stay curious, and I'll see you in our next lesson.